back, everybody. Here's another episode of Pulpit to the Pew. I'm your host, Brother Sean Brumfield, and I have Brother Ryan Brown with me.
Hey, everybody.
And you'll never guess who just decided to show up for recording today.
Back.
It's Brother Jonathan Mitchell.
How's it going, everybody? Did you miss me?
Oh, yeah, we've missed you, man.
I
How
don't
you
believe
been?
you. I've been good, man.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you missed me at all.
Oh, man, that's unfair.
I just know that it takes two people to replace me.
Well, you know.
I carry a lot of weight, and I'm not just talking about in my belly.
Yeah, somebody with as much personality as you, it definitely takes two people.
The amount of negativity, which I'm still working on. I'm still saying I'm going to be a more positive person. I'm going to be, even though I will say this really quickly. I know we got some stuff we're getting into relatively quickly. I cannot wait to get into the get my goat and the goat conversation, because I was like, that was made for me. I could really shine through that one.
I think Brother Jared, when he had that, was like, this is perfect for Jonathan.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely Brother Jared came and he's like, I got an idea for you guys. And it was something that we really liked. So, I think it's...
I will say you guys do a fantastic job even when I'm not here. You guys are great. I love you guys.
I mean, we didn't get into the depths of like Bigfoot and stuff while you were gone, but...
I don't... Okay. You know what? That's fine. I hate Waffle House. I believe in Bigfoot. We're good. We've established it.
It changes. By the end of the episode, we'll see what happens.
Hey, I think it was funny, though, because we was talking before we got started, being at a wedding that Brother John and I was at, and people were talking about the podcast that are listening to it and stuff, and then I had somebody sit next to me, Brother Matt McGuire sat next to me, and he said with a smile, "So Chick-fil-A, huh?" Because my buddy Jonathan's over here telling everybody he hates Chick-fil-A. Can you believe that he hates Chick-fil-A?
I don't. Okay, but like I said at the table, I say it at first to get the shock value, but then I always correct it and say he doesn't hate it. He just thinks it's overrated.
I will say, since we've said that, I've ate Chick-fil-A more than I've ever ate in my entire life.
That's God's divine intervention.
I don't blame God for that.
I got to talk with my mother-in-law. She was like, you know what? She goes, I get it. She's like, I went the other day, and she goes, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. It was just a meal.
Yeah, it's really what it is. It's just sustenance.
Speaking of mother-in-laws and mothers in general, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yesterday was Mother's Day. I've watched my wife and raising our beautiful, wonderful children. And mothers amaze me.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
Seeing my wife do the same thing, and then even thinking about to my mom, as she raised me as a single mom, that it takes a special person to be a mom. The amount of love and tenderness they have, it definitely can shine through. And I'm thankful that I've not just my mom, but like my grandmother, and then Mariah has become a wonderful mom to my kids. It's a wonderful thing. Moms are awesome.
I love how you guys both overlooked my comment of I'm not a mother.
Well, I would hope
you
that
nag me
is
like a mother.
You're the mother of the group.
Sure.
You always are. You interrupted the segment, and you introduced it too fast. Go take out the trash. Go do the laundry. Go mow the yard.
If I could reach right now and slap your hand.
So you said you missed me.
So I will say, you was talking about like the mother's grace and mercy and stuff like that. I look back in my life and how I'm still alive. And it's not because of my stupid decisions. It's because I'm just amazed that my mom didn't take me out. Really. One of the favorite stories that I love telling is, I'm a child of a family of 5. I'm the oldest of 3 kids. I've got a brother and a sister. And we didn't drive around in minivans until we got older. A lot of times we did our traveling in cars. So there's always somebody sitting in the middle seat if mom and dad are on the trip with us. If it's just one of the parents and the 3 siblings are all fighting over who sits up front. So on this particular occasion, we were camping and we were going to the campground in the car. The camper and everything was already there, but we had to go to school that day. We were coming back, I believe, is how it all played out. And we're leaving to go to the campground. My dad's not with us. He's working. So my mom was driving. I'm sitting in the front seat. My brother and my sister are sitting in the back seat. And us 3 kids we were being siblings, right? We were arguing, we're being, siblings to each other and so on and so forth. And we used to always have that threat, I'm going to pull this car over. Have you guys ever, has your parents ever, they threatened us with that several different times. We're going to, don't make me pull this car over. Don't make me do this. Don't make me. Well, on this day, for whatever reason, my mom decided to make good on that threat. And she pulls the car over. Okay. She is fuming at us. We were that bad. Like, we're going to get beat. Okay. So she pulls the car over. She gets out of the car, but she leaves it running and leaves the keys in the car.
Oh, no.
And the moment she shuts the door and goes up towards the front to come drag us kids out to give us our whooping that we're due, my brother hollers, lock the door. And we locked her out of the car. So she's sitting there on this main road, on the side of the road, trying to pull the door open. Oh, no. And she's yelling at us kids, open up this door right now. And we're giving her that deer in the headlights look. And we're, making sure that for whatever reason, she went from being extremely infuriated. She got tickled and she started laughing. And then it was like, that's my favorite story to tell, is we locked my mom out of her car on one main road.
And I have a story. Okay. So my mom was a pretty rebellious teenager. So she kind of, wrote the book on how to sneak out and do things like that. Cause my mama and papa were very strict. He's been a pastor, so he was very strict. So she had that rebellious teenage years. So she learned from that. And so she planted in my bedroom windows growing up, underneath every one of my windows was a nice big rose bush. So that way, if I ever wanted to sneak out, which eventually obviously you find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. But she was smart enough not to let me do the windows, because at underneath all of my windows was a nice big rose bush for me to fall into if I were to jump out of the window. And that's that. And then I was never one to try and sneak out anyway. I liked being at home and doing whatever I was doing. I like sleeping too much a lot, to be honest. But, I just think about stuff like that where moms always know, and there's always a step ahead. And like you said, I could think of stories of where my mom was mad at me.
Yeah.
But you just make them laugh and you can get out of it. So that's my funny story.
Man, I'm just the really good kid, apparently, because I never ever thought about sneaking out or locking my mom out of the house.
It wasn't out of the house. It was out of the car.
Well,
she could have made it to the house. She just had a long walk.
See, my mom, you could not make her laugh to get you out of trouble. It was, you're going to get it. And especially if she told Dad, there was no getting out of it.
Yeah.
Then. There was no getting out.
Yeah, it is something. I will say, though, I'm very thankful for mothers all across, that those moms that take on the burden of the kids. And, I seen it with my mom. Like I said, I'm still alive. She loved me regardless, and had mercy when she needed to, and she corrected me when she needed to. And then my wife with my kids is just amazing to watch. So,
and seeing Mariah change, like when becoming a mom with our two, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and sometimes you get that thought of like, man, she gets to be home. And then there's times where Dad's home alone with the kids because Mom gets to go to a lady something or do something. And I'm like, oh, this is the real deal. When it comes to that eye-opening experience, like being a stay-at-home mom is very challenging. It is a challenging thing, especially with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, the way they fight. They are comedy, but she does it, and my wife is amazing, and I'm thankful for her. And then obviously my mom, who has gone on to be with the Lord at this point. Just take really good care. I know, not to make it too sad, but just appreciate your mom, because when they're gone, when they're not there, man, there's many days where I'm like, I wish I could be talking to my mom right now. But obviously I wouldn't bring her back for nothing. She's with the Lord, and that's where that's where the Lord wanted her. So that's where she is, and I'm thankful for that she gave her heart, and she passed away a Christian. But tell you what, hug your mom, appreciate your mom, love your mom, because when they're not here, there's a void.
Yeah.
There is a void.
This is going to date me. So this is back in the day when you had collect phone calls, but there was a study that was done, because you got some facts that you're going to give on Mother's Day, but I'll throw this one out here. there was a study that was done. They said on Mother's Day, that was the time where restaurants have one of their biggest days because kids take their mothers out for dinner. On Father's Day, that's when the most collect phone calls were made.
Oh my word.
Daddy pays the phone bill.
Just to say Happy Father's Day.
Wow. That's terrible.
We'll have to cover something about Father's Day when it comes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I do have some interesting facts for Mother's Day. Mother's Day was first celebrated in the U.S. in the year of 1908. The word mother comes from the Old English word of modor. The average age of first-time mothers in the U.S. is 27 years old. In the U.S., about 72% of mothers with children under 18 are in the labor force. And then the last one I have here is quite an interesting fact. The longest pregnancy on record lasted 375 days.
God, that poor mom.
Goodness gracious. I wonder how
Lord
big.
have mercy.
You know what would be an interesting fact? How big was the baby when he came out or she came out? I guarantee that's a big baby.
I mean, it had a year and 10 days to
I would
develop.
like to know the full story behind that. Like,
Yeah.
was the baby actually born? You know, was it just something that a complication that the baby did die?
Right.
And you know what I would be curious? You said the average birth or like the average age of a first time mother is 27. I'm curious how that number has increased as time went on.
Well, that's definitely a fact of today's day. I do feel like,
People are having kids older.
well, the interesting fact that I think in number 4, and obviously, this is just, I kind of put 2 and 2 together, where it says 72% of mothers with children under 18 are in the labor force. We are living in a day where the professionalism is kind of taken, people are living a professional lifestyle. And I think that when that has become what it is, because we are living in a time where family and all of that stuff is kind of taking a back seat.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I can see those kind of being correlated together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, most of these women are marriage ages are way higher than what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be nothing to hear somebody getting married at 18 or 19 years old. Now, I believe it's
they were as young as 16.
well, yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
And now, like, if you're married by 30, like if you're married before the age of 30, it's like, why are you getting married so young?
Yeah.
It's like,
you got a lot of life ahead of you.
I got married at 20, and I look back at that, and I'm like, man, I was young.
I got married. I was 23 when we got married, and at that time, I still think I was too young sometimes.
It's funny you kind of look at that stuff, but they made it back in the day, man.
Well, times are a whole lot different. Things are a lot more expensive. There's a lot more required of your household now. When you look at this age, 27 years old, I'm 28. I don't have any children yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see where some people are definitely more career minded. They go to their 4 years of college. By the time they get out there, 22. For most people, if they're getting their bachelor's, right? 22, 23. Then they work, a couple years and then, maybe get married 25. So, I mean, I could see.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of more surprised that is not a higher number.
The other thing that I know is affecting is the whole climate thing. Not to get into the deep waters, but this whole climate change and, your carbon footprint and, all that stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, I wouldn't want to bring a kid into this world because of what it would do to the environment.
I would like to see the numbers from 2020 to now. And see how much of a jump that
Elon
COVID
Musk, have you seen the interview where everybody says we're overpopulated, the world's overpopulated. Elon Musk has said his biggest fear is being not enough people on the earth.
There is actually there has been a decline in young people in homes. They're seeing that in the United States of America because it does start to affect the workforce after a while.
Right.
In China, where they regulated, where they could only have one kid, they have seen where that has not been a good thing because, again, you're losing workforce and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, surely there's more people dying than there's being born.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Could be. I mean,
And I was thinking you probably saw me, the smoke pouring out of my ears as I was doing math.
Yeah.
I was 27 when Connor was born. And Mariah is 3 years younger than me, 3 or 4 years. So she would have been 20, 23, 24 when Connor was born.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think, like I said, mothers are great and stuff like that. But it's sad that the mom is kind of, the nuclear family, like you said, has really been kind of put under attack. And when World War II happened is where you seen the women kind of had to enter the workforce because all the men were into war. And then basically inflation and having the extra labor force never went away.
The loss in baby boomers compared to modern generation is massive. That's a big gap there.
Yeah.
You know, most families are 1 to 2 kids and, you know, pretty much done. Besides, like, unless you get into some of the more conservative families, Brother Ryan, and 4 kids.
Well, even that, like 4 kids, I mean,
I don't think that's not a crazy number.
That's not a crazy number. I just think I wanted to try and keep Mariah at home with the kids because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So right now we're making it with 2, and me being the single income, and to be honest, we got the boy and the girl, and we're like, all right, we're good. I think we've done it. And it's not, and when, so you said something, Brother Ryan, that really kind of stuck out. You were like, I don't want to bring a kid into this world because of global warming. Mine's the opposite. I feel worried about bringing a kid into the world because of culture and that, not so much climate change, but culture, but like, which, I mean, who knows? We might be seeing a shift in that now.
I still think that's just a product of upbringing. I think conservative people have been too scared to say things because you don't want to rock the boat. I remember asking my grandparents about some things that happened in their time when, you know, well, I won't get into any of that because we won't go into the deep waters, but there were some things that happened in their day where the church was strong enough to stand against it. And I remember asking one time, my grandma made a statement about not taking a stand. It was like prayer, which prayer was not taken out of school. You can still pray in school. It was just, it's not mandatory. It wasn't something that they were doing as they opened.
It's not part of their program.
Exactly. So that's one of the deals. It took one person to get prayer to be removed from the main start, right?
And wasn't it a Jewish person that?
I don't know. I'd have to look into it.
Yeah.
But I remember asking my grandma, and there was several other things too, and I remember asking her, how come nobody said anything or there wasn't anything done? And she made the statement, well, we just didn't want to rock the boat. And I think there was a time where, you know, there's a misconception of if we raise up our voice, we're being judgmental. But that's, you know, that's kind of one of those deals of, I'm not being judgmental if I stand for what I believe in. So it's up to us to still raise our kids regardless of what the culture says.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking I just kind of pulled this up real quick, but you want to talk about all that. Right before all that happened, I don't know, when was prayer removed?
I'm curious, and I did research on that when prayer was removed because I was curious.
It was 1962.
And I forgot when.
Is when the Supreme Court ruled that school mandated prayers in public schools were unconstitutional. But I remember I heard an article that Paul Harvey had done, and
it almost
he was reading an article from further back about a man who said, if I were the devil, this is what I would do.
Yeah, that one, it's crazy, the original, because I heard the original.
Yes.
It's almost prophetical of what he said to what is happening, like that started happening in today's society.
Let me see if I can't get a transcript, because I don't really want to play that.
But I think, like I said, and man, we traveled down a rabbit hole.
Well, we can pursue this if you guys wanted to.
I'm good with it. It's just I feel bad for moms of today because it feels like there's so much pressure, like on the mother, like, and not to get on the Father's Day stuff too, because like I said, I am curious and I can't wait to talk more closer to Father's Day about like how fathers are viewed compared to mothers. And mothers are important. And I'm a self-proclaimed mama's boy, always have been. And like I said, I had my grandfather who was more like my dad, but my dad wasn't really involved or in the picture. So having that mom figure doing a single mom, and that almost like the culture glorifies the single mom and single motherhood. And to be honest, it's kind of incentivized from a financial, in certain situations, it's incentivized. And I think the dynamic of a mother and a father together, that
Mhm.
that unit as a pact, I think is very important because it makes, so like mom always told me, she's like, it was really hard for me because she says, as you grew up, you got bigger and
Yeah.
you got stronger than me, but I still needed to maintain that level of respect, that kind of that parental fear like a father would be,
Yeah.
you know, that firm, strong hand. So my mom said it was really hard for me because she's like, my natural nature was to nurture and to care for you and to coddle you and to love you like a mother's supposed to.
Yeah.
But she's like, I had to fight to be strong. So that way, as you became a teenager and got bigger and stronger, that you didn't overpower me and think you could walk over top of me.
Yeah.
And she managed to balance both. She managed to balance both. So
Did you guys want me to read this, or is this something you guys want me to post on?
We can post it later, but there is
Yeah.
like that the sum of that for what he was saying, and Paul Harvey read it in like what 1965, I believe it was.
1965 is when it went live.
But what he says there, if I were the devil, what he would do, instill in the young and go against the family and stuff like that is just
It's so crazy to want to read this, or I mean, I'll probably end up posting it where he read it. But like when you listen to it in his voice, you're like, oh my word! Like
Yeah.
we are watching this. 60 years later, here we are. I mean, this year would be 60 years.
yeah.
For this, and you go back and you're like, wow, this is just nuts.
And is
Yeah.
it, so maybe the video I'm seeing is when the Paul Harvey read it, but he's like, if I were the devil, like something.
Yeah, that's Paul
Yes.
Harvey.
Okay. So that's Paul Harvey. Okay.
Yeah.
That I didn't hear the original. Then I heard the Paul Harvey reading
Yes.
that part. And I remember when I first heard it sent goosebumps.
Yeah.
Cause it was like, this is like completely prophetical.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah, we're watching it unfold. But
But it is good. I'm very thankful for good moms, for good parents in general, but in honor of Mother's Day being yesterday. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you got your steak or whatever it is that you want, and everything's going good for you.
yeah, happy Mother's Day.
And if you're listening, hug your mom.
Yeah.
Tell her you love her.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Brother Ryan kind of stole your thunder on that.
I
while
know.
You were gone.
Trust me. I respect it.
I go word of the day.
So
We could all three do it.
I'm good. I don't have to do it after everybody else.
So I have a very strange word, but the pronunciation of this word is Elogophus io hypopo canuris.
You know what that reminds me of? My kids going around when they learn this song in school singing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
Yes.
That's what that reminds me of. It's something that Disney made up so that you would take medicine.
Honestly, you want
So-
you want to know what I think it is or means?
What?
I think it's a dinosaur because that
It does have a dinosaur type sound
that
to
just
it,
sounds
don't it?
like a Latin
Yeah.
or whatever the scientific name for a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's what he did. Is he found the Latin word? He's like, hey, I couldn't find a cool word in the English language. We're gonna go Latin on this one.
So just to try that again, it's Elogophus io hypop oconurorius. I
Yeah.
totally butchered that the second
I
time.
can see it being a scientific name of something. I really can.
That made my eye twitch.
Yeah. So actually, it's a very long word for very good or very fine. So according to,
That's all that means.
that's literally all it means.
I hate
very good or
people.
very fine.
I hate
Um,
people.
So according to Wikipedia, it's an early 20th century American nonsensical coinage word, apparently.
So it is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
technically it is, yeah. It's
That's so dumb.
according to its author, it's only known to at least 6 people.
Well, now it's
And,
known to whoever listens to the podcast.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
To the
Don't say you never learned
the
anything.
200 people who's listening. Now you know this word. I guess what's it say? Known to at least 6 people coming generally from different sections of the state of Nebraska.
So,
There's no way nobody from Nebraska
Is ever
There's
going to say
no
that word?
way.
So that's a specific word to Nebraska only. That's
Yeah.
why we haven't heard it in Ohio.
So
Yeah, that's why.
So
Because
Brother
we're a
Ryan,
bunch of useless nuts.
what Sunday morning
That's why.
when you're preaching and you say a good point, I'm going to holler that out in the middle of service.
You know what? If you do, well, I'll just say praise the
You know
Lord.
what? I think half the congregation would bow their head and wait for an interpretation of it.
Well, I didn't know if I almost said when you finished that reading, I almost went, bless him, Lord. just because.
The Spirit is upon me.
So you know what that word makes me? Hippomonopho. Something phobic.
Yeah.
Hippo menstrophobic. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That makes me that. That is wild. That is and it just means good. That's
just very good.
oh
very
very,
fun.
good. Okay, let's see.
So
let
you'd
me
sit there.
see the word. Hold on. Let me let me give it a shot. And I definitely think part of this should be Brother Ryan trying
Would
to
you
say
rather
things
see
that way.
would
Let-
you rather see the pronunciation for it first?
Well, no. Let me try it. Let me see how close I am. Elo go fusion hippocunurius. You want to give that a shot, Brother Ryan?
It's hip hop pecuniarius.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
I don't believe in that.
Hip hop.
Hip
I'll
hop.
just be like Elogofurious.
Hoppoconorus. Happy Hanukkah.
That is insane. Okay, now let's see how we can hear it.
Can I tell you what I will say? Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way in the world I'm getting that word. I can't say morning right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, everybody,
I don't know where
Last
this accent came from. either.
Sunday morning, Brother Ryan got up, and in the middle of his message, before anything goes crazy and starting to go off, he goes, "Good morning,
Yeah. Good morning.
good morning."
Was that on the live stream? Do you guys live stream Sunday
Yeah.
morning?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
live.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna
Good
go check
morning.
that
I
out.
corrected it too.
He was
I
like,
made a big deal about it. I said good morning. I said morning, and then I said I don't know where that accent came from.
You almost are saying like German, Guten Morgen.
Yeah. No, it really made me think of the Swedish chef. Snook snook noopy doo. A puppety corny.
the public grocery. Yep.
Dude, that is. I gotta listen to that now. I'm gonna
Oh,
go back.
man.
And,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
good-
back to your live stream and listen to that.
Good morning.
Yeah, he went good morning.
Yeah, that was great. I laughed. My wife said I did a good job at correcting it.
Well, you tried. You did a good job at trying to correct.
Hey,
it, yeah.
look, man, I know I say things, and that's okay. That's all
You
right.
say things. That's
I know I do. I know I
Sometimes
don't say
them
everything right.
Sometimes I don't.
Was it Carlos, Brother Carlos took over teaching the adult class in Revelation for me, and he's now the main adult Sunday school teacher. And he said, I don't mean this out of disrespect, but the way you were saying, because we was on the Church of Philadelphia, he said you kept saying Philadelphia. He said it was driving him crazy. And I started laughing. I said, "Look, man, this is who I is, man. You know,
It
I don't get any better than this."
It is what it is. No, I respect it. I definitely respect it.
Well, it's been a minute.
Oh, baby.
Do you have any stupid laws for us?
Sweet home Alabama.
What's that?
Whatever. You could play that song.
Foolishness.
You could play that song anywhere. You could play that opening guitar riff anywhere, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
I heard from Tim Hawkins that it is the Muslims' favorite country song. It is Sweet Home Alabama.
I heard that. Tim Hawkins is funny.
Oh, dude, he's hilarious.
All righty. So we're Alabama. You are up to the plate. And some of these are hilarious. Okay. In Anniston, Alabama, you may not wear blue jeans down Noble Street.
Nope. I wonder what you're allowed to wear down Noble Street.
Purple.
Khakis. Khakis.
Khakis.
Khakis.
Purple khakis.
Here we go. Bear wrestling matches are prohibited. So you cannot wrestle a bear.
Is that okay? So I want to know what that is. Does that mean a person can't wrestle a bear, or you can't have two bears wrestle together? Because
Yes.
I'm trying to think of two people trying to corral two bears and train them to fight each other.
Put a pin in something. I got to remember the meme thing that's been going on, 100 men versus one gorilla. I kind of want your opinion on that. Or did you guys already talk about it?
I haven't seen that one, but I seen where it was like 10 million men versus 100,000 gorillas.
Yeah.
And it was a complete
Oh,
annihilation.
yeah, watch out.
So, okay. Here's the next one. We have dominoes may not be played on Sunday.
Is that the whole state of Alabama?
Yes. Yes. And then it is illegal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle.
There was another state that said that we had. You remember that? What state was that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure we had another state that was
It's
that.
a southern state. I guarantee it's probably Arkansas.
I don't remember that, but at the same time, I don't understand why
that
would have to be a stated law. Like, seriously, if you guys blindfold me and I go driving down the road, am I not going to get in trouble by the law? Be like, guys, I'm sorry I took out all 20 mailboxes and ran my car into 5 cars. I was blindfolded while driving.
Well,
and the cops be like, oh, well, that's okay. It's not illegal.
Well, you'll get pulled over if you block your rear view mirror with like stuff in the back seat. Like, what do you mean blindfolded? All right, here's another one.
I would like to see somebody try. Let's test that law out and see if they really do enforce it today.
You can do it in your truck. All right. It is illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church.
Come by that again. What?
Oh, here.
So you can't wear sunglasses. You can't wear glasses that have like the fake nose and the.
You could, as long as it doesn't make anybody laugh.
In church.
In church, it can't. It's only in church. You can wear a fake mustache. Just don't do it in church. And if it causes
Dude, the
laughter,
stuff
you're
they
in
come
trouble.
up with is just nuts.
Oh, wait till you read this. Here you go.
Well,
Here.
hold on. Wait a minute. Before we go any farther, were you really considering wearing one of those glasses with the nose mustache in church?
Oh, now that I know that's illegal, I kind of want to.
Well, you can't. It's not illegal in Ohio.
It's not illegal in Ohio.
Well, I'm ready to go to Alabama. I'm going to Brother Renfro's.
All right.
That would be hilarious. Brian would like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, go on, John.
It is legal. Okay, so this isn't illegal. This is legal. It is legal to drive the wrong way down a one-way street if you have a lantern attached to the front of your automobile.
That's a law going way back.
I don't know if I have a lantern to put on my automobile.
It's legal. It's legal. In Montgomery, Alabama, so this is specific to Montgomery, it is considered an offense to open an umbrella on a street for fear of it spooking horses. Okay.
Wow.
I did not read this one beforehand. You cannot chain your alligator to a fire hydrant. That's great.
Oh man.
Are we sure we haven't done Alabama before? Because I thought we heard that one before.
No, we haven't done Alabama.
No.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I think I've read some of these off
Air, maybe.
air.
Oh yeah, that might have been true. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
here we
You're
go.
probably right.
And I got 2 more. I promise I'm almost done. You may not drive barefooted. That's
I've heard of that one because my dad used to tell me that growing up.
They told me that in Ohio, but I don't drive bare. Have you ever drove barefooted?
Yeah, it's
It makes
weird.
it more challenging.
It's weird.
I don't do, like I've said before, I don't do anything barefooted.
Yeah.
I don't even like walking through my house barefoot.
Okay, that's a little crazy. All right, and then
I
here's the
got
last
slippers.
one for Sweet Home Alabama. You may not have an ice cream cone in your back pocket at any time.
Oh my Lord.
You cannot do it. Don't do it.
I've never ever thought about putting an ice cream cone in my back pocket.
I've never thought about chaining my alligator to a fire hydrant, but I want to now. If I had an alligator,
That's hilarious.
dude, that's crazy.
So you can't put your ice cream in your back pocket.
No, can't do it. Don't do it. But you can drive the wrong way down a one-way street.
Hold on,
if
wait
you
a
have
minute. Did
lantern.
you say an alligator in your back pocket?
Did I say alligator?
Did you?
I said ice cream cone, I thought.
Oh, maybe you did.
Oh,
I was
wow.
reading what was next, and I thought you said alligator.
You may not have. I still can't believe you can drive the wrong way down a one-way street if you have a lantern attached to the front of your automobile. You know what
Yeah.
I kind of want to do? I want to go to Alabama, put a lantern somewhere, and see what they say because it's there.
And pull up that law.
Sweet home.
The thing is with these is I wonder how many are actually still in practice?
And enforced.
Well, I'm not necessarily enforced, but I wonder if any of these have been changed. Because these could be laws that were laws at one time
And not anymore.
and not anymore. I wonder if they're still active.
I
bet that alligator one is still pretty relevant.
Yeah,
In Alabama.
because those pet alligators on chains, man.
You think they put spike collars on them?
Oh, for sure. I guarantee all of them are named Spike.
I would call mine Bowser or something.
Jethro, just for Alabama's sake.
Come here, Petey.
What's King Croc? Is that his name?
It's King
Yeah,
Croc.
King Croc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, King K. Rool. Wait,
No. Oh, now I got to Google that.
isn't it King K. Rool?
No, I don't think so. I think it's something funny.
No, it's not that funny.
Crocodile,
My wife's gonna kill me for not getting this one right.
Crocodile, and Mario. What's
It's not
his-
Mario.
It's not Mario. It's
It's
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
Well, he's in Smash Brothers.
Well, that's King K. Rool.
So that's who we're talking
That's
about.
Kirby's.
No.
Crocodile and
Yeah, huh? King K. Rool, or no, he's the penguin. Yeah, it's. Never mind, dude. I'm so lost right now.
Anyway,
King K. Rool.
Okay, I was right.
yeah, it's Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but he's also in.
Yeah, but you were like, no, it's Croc.
he's
Well,
in
there is
Super
a
Smash
Croc.
Brothers.
I believe there's a Croc too.
King K. Rool is the Croc,
There's more than one Croc in
but
Donkey Kong.
the top Croc is King K. Rool.
Remember,
Right,
there's
but the other
Clap.
ones are called Crocs.
Now there's a Donkey Kong wiki, and it's a blue alligator looking thing, and it's Claptrap.
Okay, so those are the regular. Anyway, so guys, what gets your goat?
Oh, can I go
I
first?
think
Why did
it's
you
only
just sound
fair.
like an Italian chef when you did that?
Oh, this is my favorite part.
That was more French. I think.
Oh yeah, French. Okay, I'll go with that.
What'd you say?
Italian.
Mamma mia! That's more Italian. Oh, what?
Yeah,
gets-
I think it's only fair that you go first because this is like
this was made for.
This
but
is
only
your
one.
job description.
We're not going to stay here
Well,
all
no,
night.
No, I won't.
for your.
I'll do it. I'll do one. And it's driving something when I'm driving. When somebody parks their automobile to make a turn, that drives me up a wall. When you are turning you're turning right now. I know if you have to turn left and there's cars, you have to stop. I'm not saying try and beat it. But when somebody is turning right and they basically pull their car to a complete stop to make the turn. We invented automobiles to turn and move at the same time. I'm not saying you take it at 50, but you can slow down to a nice pace and turn right.
You still have to stop.
Not if you're turning right.
If you're at a light, yeah, you have to stop.
But I'm talking about on a continuous road and you're turning right to a side road. It drives me nuts. Just turn.
Oh yeah,
Just turn.
like I can't stand the creeping crawl.
I can see that. That can get annoying.
Because it's like we invented the automobile, right? Like now if we're talking horse and
Well,
buggy.
I'm not going to take any credit because I didn't have anything to do with the invention of the automobile.
Mankind invented the automobile to be able to move and turn at the same time. It's just I had something happen on my way here. Literally on my way here to record tonight. I literally was just driving down the road. It's a country road, so I was going about 50, which the speed limit's 45, 50. I don't remember, somewhere around 50. And there's a guy just randomly stopped just hits no turn signal, just starts to stop. Right. And it's like, okay, now I have to hit my brakes really hard and burn my brakes because you don't know how to turn and move at the same time. That gets my goat right there. Right there is when somebody parks their car to make a turn.
What about you, Brother Ryan? What gets your goat?
So mine is also driving related. What gets my goat? And there's two of them, but I'll only use one this go round. What gets my goat is when you know that a lane is closed. You see the arrows. They have those signs. It says a half mile or a mile. And there's always that one or two people that decide we're going to pass everybody up and we're going to wait till we get to the very end of the road closure. And then we're going to force our way in.
Oh, that's so.
If I know that somebody's trying to beat me out, I will purposely break every law to try to make sure they don't get over.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I have been known to drive in the middle of the lines and
Just-
make them go off road to go around me. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, it is kind of stupid. I only do it if I'm by myself. But I will tailgate more than I've ever tailgated in my life to not let that person
Get
yes.
Yeah, because if I get over, I see the sign, And then the people behind me are like, no, well, we can't be behind you because where we're going is more important. My wife she's hilarious. If somebody passes us up and, Lord help me, nothing tests my sanctification more than driving and people in the automobile.
100%.
And, I'll say, look at that. That guy's being so stupid, doing that. It's a lot of dangerous stuff, right? And my wife will say, well, maybe they have to use the bathroom really bad or something like that.
No excuse. No excuse.
So, yeah, that gets my goat.
Well, if we're going to continue with driving, you know what gets my goat is when there's an ambulance or a funeral procession going
Yeah.
and nobody pulls over. Or like somebody tailgates that ambulance or unless it's like a family member that needs to go with that ambulance, that's beyond the rule. But just anybody who doesn't pull over in respect, it's like my mom always taught me, he says, what if that's you in that instance?
Yeah.
And you are in dire need or your grandma or your mom or somebody. So that bugs me to death when I just see people in no rush to make a way. Like it should be like Moses parting the Red Sea when you see them lights come on.
Yeah.
You should automatically go over, not see how long you can get. I get if they're a mile and a half behind you, don't stop. But when they start getting up, that 300-400 foot range, it's time to move and let them come through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree.
The funeral procession thing strikes a chord with me because I was in high school and my one of my uncles that I was close to, my great uncles who I was close to, passed away. And I actually almost got in a fight at school because a guy that I knew, I saw him not pull over for my great uncle's procession. And I wasn't in church. I wasn't a Christian. But I almost wanted to fight the guy because it's like when you lose that family member and somebody doesn't move over, it's like, it's so disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
So like with the funeral procession, I always make sure if I see one, I pull over.
Yeah.
Put the car in park and just sit.
I will add to the funeral procession one. It's also when they try to cut into the group.
Oh man.
I can't stand that. Like it infuriates me.
Yeah, it makes me so mad. And it's so disrespectful. Number one, how can you do that with a clear conscience do that?
Yeah.
Cuz it's like this person has lived their entire life, and this is the only time their family has to commemorate this occasion. And here you are because of yourself and you missed your doctor's appointment, you're late for work or whatever because, you didn't get up early or something else happened. It's like that, don't inconvenience other people because of something you've fallen short of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you're good with what gets your goat. What's goated to you?
What's goated to me? I didn't think about this one as much.
Yeah, we know. We can tell.
No, actually, I did. Actually, to kind of go, it was popped in my head immediately when you talked about the funeral procession.
Yeah.
It's one occasion where I was in a funeral procession and there was construction workers. We passed a construction site and every one of those guys in the construction site stopped working and took their hard hats off and sat and just stopped what they were doing, put their hands over and basically like put their hats over their heart and just stopped working out of complete respect for that procession and stopped what they were doing to give respect. They stopped working so the people could drive through. So
that's pretty cool.
Those guys that happened like forever ago, those guys are my goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate level of respect where you stop what you're doing and give respect to the people while you're on the job. So
yeah, there. I get that. That's awesome. For me, it's battery powered lawn equipment.
I have that. I love that.
We're getting into, bits and pieces when the rain's not. I mean, man alive, this rain. I know we're going to beg for it in the summer.
Yeah.
But right now we're getting so much rain, we can't hardly take it. My lawn is so tall.
I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with the grass.
You guys seen my yard coming in that little side hill there that I can't get a mower on?
Yeah.
It's like 2.5 feet tall, man. It's up to my knees.
The battery powered weed eaters and the battery powered blowers, like leaf blowers and stuff. Oh, I love it. Because the mixture and the fact that, I can do my yard probably twice with one battery and it's not a constant pull. For whatever reason, every leaf blower I've ever had that was gas would work great the first year. After that, I had trouble with it all the time. I don't have to worry about that now. I just pop in a charged battery and
Yeah.
Go to town.
I agree with that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I am going to go with my goat is got to be fast food apps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't use a single one.
Well, and here's my reason.
You are missing out on the McDonald's
And
app.
Brother Carlos Frazier kind of helped point me in this direction. We kind of talked about it Sunday night because, like, I only for the longest time was using the McDonald's app because it had the best rewards, you know, whatever. And they always had a deal going on. And he was like, dude, he's like, Taco Bell's your favorite place and you don't use their app? And I was like, I didn't know they had an app. So today I use their app. But what I like about it is I don't have to talk to nobody. I just go, hey, my code is ZB48. And they're like, oh, yeah, pull up to the second window. I don't have to pay. I don't have to do nothing. I'm like, I've already paid, but I don't have to talk to an extra person. Just get my food and go.
You don't talk to anybody anyway. Anymore nowadays, you have to do it at kiosks and everything else.
I'm talking about drive-through.
Well, you know, there's a Lee's by my house, completely automated if you go through the drive-through. There's no person at all.
McDonald's was doing that for a while.
It's all AI.
If you go to Sheetz, the gas station, they're that way.
Never been there.
So
I will say, yeah. So like the Wendy's one, there's a Wendy's by my house that's like jars me every time because the volume on the AI is so loud. It's like, would you like to try a large combo today? And it's like, man, I just got to Wendy's. Give me a second before you scream
You're
at
like,
me.
don't scream at me, but yes, I would actually.
that's funny.
But that's a good one. Fast food apps. But yeah, Brother Ryan, you need to get the
I'll have
McDonald's
to
app.
look into it. I got them downloaded on my phone. I've just never done any of them.
Oh man, they're the best.
So to close it all, mothers are goated. McDonald's apps are goated. And I hope everybody enjoyed this episode, especially the mothers. And maybe we only gave you like 10 minutes, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you tune in with us next time. And, Brother Jonathan will be continuing with us in the next week. So we're glad to have him back. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll check with you next week.